Welcome to another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the brand new album by LS Dunes. This is Violet, their second record of this supergroup, which contains members from My Chemical Romance, Coheed and Cambria, Thursday, and Saosin. It's quite interesting how these four groups have had members just form the supergroup, and I think the results honestly is interesting because they take a little bit of what worked in those bands to shine here. The guitars definitely feel like My Chemical Romance, as Frank Iero, the guitarist for that band, is the guitarist here as well. This definitely gives me a Saosin sort of vocal impression, as the lead singer of Saosin is the lead singer for this group. And then with the drumming and the bass, you can also hear the presence of Thursday as well from the two members there. And then you get Coheed and Cambria's little bit here, which I think is a sound that doesn't show up as much. I started that one, but it definitely still has a bit of an impact nonetheless. But we have 10 new tracks on this record. Let's dive into it. So we start with Like Magic, which is the first track. This one's great. It's a bit calm, it's a bit softer, but I just like the melodic tone of it. It definitely looks into this classic noughties emo sound, and I really enjoy it. It definitely pushes some great ideas that I like to see from the band going forward. It definitely reminds me a bit of the Past Lives record, but I like it. I think it's a nice direction and a good way to start the record. And then you go into the heavier, louder Fatal Deluxe, which just throws you in the deep end with some nice screams in here. This one's cool. I think it's got a great melody. It's been a fun lead single of the record, and it definitely shows LS Dunes just working at Magick again. It's surprising that the band has decided to come back for a second record. There's a lot of people thought this probably was a one-off thing, but this is nice. I think Fatal Deluxe definitely shows the band can do it, and same with Like Magic. Both are pretty good singles that I think definitely show some of the band's biggest strengths here. I can see it now. Again, it has another great hook that just pulls into the classic emo aesthetic, but they really push in some clean production as well, especially noticeable around here. It just sounds like a sharp, crisp, well-made song, and it's just really catchy. I love this one. And in case we weren't just in 3 great tracks, but diving into probably my favourite track, the self-titled track Violet is insanely good. I love this one. It just has a nice good bit of screams laid into its more melodic, clean sound, which I think Anthony Green, the lead singer of Saosin, does a really good job of performing here. I think his screams, his highs, just overall everything just sounds really sharp from the guy, and vocally Violet is just incredible. I like this one quite a lot. Machines, which is another single like Violet and Fatal Deluxe, is great again. They're just pushing out fantastic banger after banger with this one. This one is again really good. It's got a strong chorus, you've got some strong verses. I just think the overall structure is great. The bridge is awesome. I love the guitars on this one especially. It's lovely. You Deserve to Be Haunted is another banger. I like the sort of tone this one has. It definitely fits, but then you also kind of get some new ideas as well pushing in, and I think towards the end it just shows a great climax for that. It's insanely good how we've had 6 great tracks already. But it doesn't stop there. We have Holograms, which in my opinion is another great song. It's strong as well. It definitely shows you some of the best from the band's vocals once again. Some of the best guitar work from Frank Iero is actually on Holograms, in my opinion. And I think out of the non-singles, it's one of the easily just stick-to favourites of mine. It's a good song. I like this one. Paper Tigers, the last single. I'm going to say it again, it's really good. I think vocally as well, this one definitely drives it up. I'd probably say, if it wasn't for Fatal Deluxe, this may be my least favourite of the 4 singles, but they're still really good singles. I like Fatal Deluxe a lot, and if I prefer Paper Tigers to that, you kind of get the impression of what I'm going for here. Another really solid song, and it really just shows how incredible it goes from here. Then we have Things I Thought Would Last Forever. This probably is the first song I don't think quite carries the amazing ideas that they bring from the first 8, but I still like it. It's a bit more of a tamer, more kind of standard track. And I think with the variety we've got here, it is nice to kind of get a little bit of a breather. Then Forgiveness is probably the tamest song on here. It's a nice kind of way to end it, but it's probably my least favourite. I just don't think this one holds a candle to what we've had before, but I still think it does melodies quite well. It just hasn't really got a strong hook like a lot of the other songs do, but yeah, that is the album. I can't say much else, but Violet is an absolute improvement over past lives, and I think this was a great idea to bring the band back. I was excited for this record just listening to Violet, and seeing it now, yeah, it's really good. It's just a strong record with a lot of good concrete background to it. Structure of this just works great. I think it generally creates a lot of amazing, catchy moments that definitely pull you in. The singles probably will remain my favourite songs because they just do such a really good job on pulling you in. But yeah, I like this one a lot. This probably is my favourite album of the year at the moment. I'm gonna give this one a 4.5 out of 5. I feel like the only reason it's not higher to a perfect score is dependent on the last few tracks. I find after Paper Tigers, it just kind of doesn't really pull the punches in quite as much. We have some great stuff throughout, and even if some of the songs in between, like You Deserve to Be Haunted and Holograms, I still think these are great. But some of the songs, like You Don't Deserve to Be Haunted, at least especially, isn't quite as strong as a lot of the other ones around it, but it still feels great in what it offers. It still feels like there's a lot of new stuff going for it, and the last two, I think they're still good, I just don't think they're quite as good, so I think it kind of takes it down a little bit. But really good album, insanely good, and yeah, that's my review. Hope you'll enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.